Yeah, they did, man. And like I said, I thought I was gonna be a Buffalo Bill. I wasn't. They took Marcel Darius. I paid attention to his career. I paid attention to all the great things, all the great wins that they had, and I knew of Josh Allen before he came here. I thought he was going to be a Denver Bronco. We took Bradley Chubb. That's my running mate. That's my brother as well. But I thought we was going to take Josh Allen, and Josh Allen came here and became a creature, became a superstar quarterback, and he's one of the biggest reasons why I wanted to be a part of this. I believe in him. I believe in this offense. Getting to know these coaches as well, Coach McDermott, Coach Frazier, and Coach Washington, all of these guys, man. I feel like I've been knowing these guys for a long time. It was a hard decision for me to make. I want to put emphasis on that. Leaving LA for Buffalo. I mean, it's tough. It's tough. It's tough. I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys, but playing football is what I love to do. Winning games is what I love to do. Being around a great group of guys, being around this team and this locker room. I knew of this locker room before I even got here, and that's really the only way they can draw me away from that good weather in LA, man, is to come over here and become some part of something special, man. And it's an honor and a privilege, and I can't help but be happy and smile. That wasn't the case, all the way up until this point, man. And I'm excited to be here. I really am. I'm excited to be part of, this community. I'm excited to be a part of Bill's Mafia. I'm excited to be part of this team. They got a special team that's going to win the Super Bowl without me. That's going to have a great team without me, man. And, I'm excited to be here and excited to be a part of it.
You just alluded to it. I mean, going from Los Angeles to Buffalo, right? But you've been in the league 10 years. Could you ever imagine, say, the first 7 years of your career, ever leaving to go to Buffalo?
When I left Denver and I went to LA, I said, I'm not going back. I'm not leaving. I said, I'm not leaving. And it had to be something special. It had to be this. It had to be the Buffalo Bills and, what they've created here. It had to be the Bills Mafia. It had to be, this environment that we're playing in to draw me away from that. It's not really the weather. The weather is going to be the weather. But what they're doing inside this facility, what they're doing in this community, what they're doing on the football field and off the football field, man, I had to be a part of that.
The numbers speak to this, but Vaughn, what do you feel you add coming in here?
I do a lot of things as well. I was telling the guys earlier, I do a lot of things well. I'm a DJ. I golf not too well. I don't golf that well, but I golf. I'm a comedian. On the side. Y'all supposed to laugh at that, but y'all didn't. I'm a great brother. I'm a great friend. But the one thing that I do best out of everything else in my whole entire life is rush the passer. Secondly to that, I'm a great teammate. And I can toot my horn when it comes to that. I don't want to talk about stuff that I do on the football field and all of that stuff, but when it comes to being a great teammate, when it comes to being part of the guys and contributing to a great culture, I got that. I got that in my back pocket. That's what I've done on Super Bowl teams. That's what I've done on teams that didn't make the playoffs. When it comes to being a great teammate and bringing the best out of your brother, I'm one of the best that has ever done that, and I can toot my own horn in that aspect.
Do you have a sense of the culture they've built here under Sean McDermott and Brandon?
Man, I love it, man, and you can feel it. You can feel it walking through the facility. I think coming here today kind of really put my mind at ease, seeing all the great things that they're doing here, that they've done here. Seeing the facility, meeting the staff, man, I was blown away by the staff right when I got off the plane. R.J. from the scouting department, he was right there, man, and he made me feel comfortable right when I got off the plane. A lot of nerves going through. I came with my brother and my videographer, Theo, and it's like, man, you ain't smiled. You haven't smiled yet. You haven't smiled. You're not excited. And, right when I seen R.J. and I started talking to him and, coming over to the facility, it just put my mind at ease, man, that this is where I knew I had to be.
Ron, you talked about thinking you were coming here in the draft, and you don't have a choice in that situation, right? You'd have to accept where you get picked. 10 years later now, you choose to come here. You talked about the LA to Buffalo, but what does that say about how far this franchise has come in that time that you willingly come to this situation? Choose it over any other team.
Man, it says a lot. Just LA itself for Buffalo, man, it says a lot, man, with the type of things that they're doing inside the facility. And we're doing a lot of great things with the Rams as well. I love Coach McVay. I love Aaron Donald. I love Les Snead. They came and they resurrected me. They energized me. They refreshed me. by leaving Denver and coming to LA, man. You know, LA didn't suck at all. You know, and to go there and be refreshed and to play with Aaron Donald and really see what it takes to be, you know, the best defensive player in the league. You know, they refreshed me and they rejuvenated me to come here and be the best football player, be the best teammate that I could possibly be.
Did you watch the Bills playoff games against New England and Kansas City, and where did you think of Josh Allen?
Yeah, I watched those games. That playoff game, the Bills look like the Bills look like the team to beat in the playoffs. You know, the way they put pressure on that Patriots team. You know, I would think they would come. I thought it was going to be, you know, a closer game, and you know, the Bills they kind of came out and put it to rest early. You know, I was a fan of that. You know, I was watching the Chiefs game, and you know, I turned the TV on, and they're winning, turn it off. They're not winning, turn it back on. They're winning, turn it back off, and they lost the game. I'm like, bro, how? Like, you know, how? And I firmly believe if they would have, you know, played the Cincinnati Bengals here at this stadium, you know, it would have been tough for the Cincinnati Bengals as well. So, Josh Allen is a creature. He's a beast. He can make every throw on the football field. He can run the ball. He's big. He's strong. You know, the aspect that I love about him the most is his ability to get guys to play at a level that they wouldn't normally play at. To get this offensive line to play like they're 7 foot tall, and to get these receivers to play like, you know, they're Hall of Fame guys. Even though we have some Hall of Fame guys on this level, but it's Josh Allen's ability to make these guys feel like superheroes, and I was a fan of that for sure.
You said that you were familiar with this locker room. Is that just from guys you talk to, or is that because it's resonating around the league about the locker room and what's happening? How are you familiar with the locker room?
I've been around some guys at the Pro Bowl, you know, Kyle Williams, and, you know, I asked him about, you know, what the locker room was like. You know, I'm familiar with Jerry Hughes and, you know, Stephon Diggs, that's my guy. Talked to him about it. To be honest, I talked to him about his locker room since he got here. I asked him about it. You know, he said he loved it. You know, he said he loved everything about Buffalo. And for Stephon Diggs, Mr. International, for him to give me those kudos, it really, you know, made me feel at peace with, you know, coming here and being a part of this.
What else can you tell us about that recruiting process? I mean, was it Stephon that was reaching out to you? Were you talking to him, or was it, you know,
Man, I talked to
Brandon Bean, who was it?
I talked to everybody, man, and you know, I talked to everybody, and that's why it took me so long to, you know, I really, you know, sign the contract, because I just wanted to make sure that I was making the right decision, and you know, this is the first decision that I'm making. You know, I made the decision to come here to Buffalo and be a part of this, and I just wanted to make sure I was doing the right thing for me and my family and my future, and like I said, man, it was tough. It's every time I think about, you know, leaving LA, every time I think about, you know, the conversations that I had with Coach McVay and AD, man, it just makes me, you know, sick to my stomach that I had to leave those guys. It really felt like, you know, I broke up with my girlfriend, and she never did anything to me. You know, she was good to me. She was good to me, and I had to break up with her to go to choose you know, another girlfriend, and I just, you know, I hate that part. I hate that part of the league. You know, man, like I said before, I love Coach McVay. I love everybody there, from Jock to Coach Henney to Coach Thad, to Coach Raheem Morris. Man, I hate to let those guys down and not be able to come back and run it back again with those guys, man. But, you know, it had to be something special. It had to be something amazing to draw me away from L.A. and this great coaching staff, and to draw me away from AD and Leonard Floyd, man. It had to be something special, and it is. They're working on something special here, man, and it's an honor and a privilege to be a part of it.
This is a team that has gotten close the last couple of years. You've been able to get there twice and win it all twice. What do you anticipate telling your teammates about what it takes to take that next step, you know, when you are so close?
Honestly, I hope to lead by example. And if it's anything that needs to be said, I've never had a problem saying anything that needs to be said. If it's anything that needs to be talked about, you know, we could talk about it. I will lean on my experience from going to the Super Bowl with the Denver Broncos and the Los Angeles Rams to kind of guide me, you know, through this process. I like to believe success leaves clues, and you know, I've been a part and around some great players, you know, from Peyton Manning to Matthew Stafford to DeMarcus Ware to Aaron Donald. And I'm going to lean on my experiences with all of these guys to try to, you know, get us over the hump here.
You mentioned Aaron Donald and playing in like a Pro Bowl atmosphere. You come here with a very young defensive line, you know, a rising star in Ed Oliver. What are ceiling is on what he can become, because it's almost like he's getting better year by year.
Yeah, I wouldn't have came here if I didn't have rushing buddies. You know, if it was just gonna be me, you know, rushing after the passer, you know, it wouldn't have been a great fit for me. But you know, we rush here. You know, we rush here. It's a lot of guys here that can get after the passer. You know, I've been a fan of these young guys from Greg to AJ to Ed Oliver. I need a guy on the inside to help me. I've always had, you know, a great defensive tackle on the inside to help me get sacks, whether that's Derek Wolfe or, you know, Aaron Donald or Malik Jackson. I've always had somebody on the inside that can kind of beat their one-on-one and create their own problems on the inside to kind of help me on the outside. So that's the same here with Ed Oliver. He's a great player. I'm excited to line up and get started.
Two more guys.
How it was such a long process deciding and really hard to decide. Was there one moment that kind of crystallized it for you where you're like, okay, now I feel good about this decision?
You know, to be honest, I honestly didn't feel good about it until I talked to, you know, Coach McDermott and, you know, Coach Frazier and Coach Washington, and just being here. You know, I feel like I had to be here to be okay with it. You know, it's not something that you could just, even though I agreed to it yesterday, I felt like I had to be here to really put it down on paper. And, you know, like I said, man, Coach McVay and Les and Tony, you know, they did everything that they possibly could for me, man. And, you know, I feel like I let those guys down. I feel like, you know, I'm breaking up with my girlfriend. That's just me and the way I go about my business. But this was the one time in my life where I had to make a decision, you know, for me. And walking away from Aaron Donald, man, that sucks. What pass rusher would walk away from, you know, a tandem with me, Aaron Donald, and Leonard Floyd? Who does that? You know, I don't care if we didn't have anybody else behind us. As long as it was me, AD, and Leonard Floyd, man, I feel like we could have got things done. It had to be something special. It had to be the Buffalo Bills to, you know, really get me over the hump. And right when I signed on the contract, man, I felt good. The smile came back, you know, the happiness came back, Vaughn came back. But this was definitely a stressful process. I wasn't expecting it to be like that. I was expecting you to win the Super Bowl. You got your offers out here, where you want to go, pick, go back to the Rams. But, you know, it was tough, man. It came down to the very end. And, you know, Coach McVay, they did everything that they possibly could, man. And you know, it's unfortunate that I'm not a Los Angeles Ram, but you know, I'm a Buffalo Bill, man. I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to go chase multiple Super Bowls with these guys, man, and it's an honor and a privilege to be here. Bills Mafia, what's up, baby? Yes, sir. I'll be fine. Yeah, I thought about it, but I'm a Buffalo Bill, baby.
Nice one for Joby.
That's good.
Could we hold one everybody clear so they can get one back there?
We got O.J. coming right up now, too.
Guys, we got O.J. Howard here too. Come on in, O.J.
This guy.
O.J., congratulations on the deal. A little bit about why you made this your next stop.
Yeah. I mean, the proof's in the pudding. You look at this team the last couple of years, they were so close to going all the way. And, you know, I feel like with myself and, you know, the guys that are here, I can help this team get over a hump and, you know, just take that next step, whatever it may be, just playing consistent football. But these guys are so close, and it's just a great spot to come with a quarterback like Josh, and seeing all the talent around him. I was like, myself would fit in well here.
Tom Brady to Josh Allen?
What?
Tom Brady to Josh Allen?
I think it sounds good to me, you know what I mean? Like, I could be a guy that say I play with both of those guys, you know, when it's all said and done. So the talent, you know, and from Josh, I've seen from afar, but I've seen him in person, actually, when he came to Tampa. So he's a great player, and I'm just so excited about the whole situation.
How much do you know Dawson Knox, and what did you think of his season last year? And
Yep.
how much do you think you can contribute and, you know, potentially help him, maybe
Right.
even play at the same time?
Yeah. He's a good player. I watched him just studying tape all through the league and, watching different tight ends and whatnot. Like I said, saw him play in Tampa last year in person. Athletic, great player. With myself, with the skill set I have, I think that we can just compete every day and make each other better. And then when it comes to Sundays, we just put it on tape for the NFL to see on notice. This offense is just waiting for more players to come and more playmakers to come make plays. And with Dawson and everybody around him, myself included, I think you got a chance to do something special.
It seemed like your deal was maybe happening, getting finalized around the same time.
Yep.
But what was your reaction when you saw that Von Miller was coming?
I was actually like, on the phone with my agent, and my buddy was standing beside me. I was like, you said, finalizing my deal, saying like, yeah, let's do it. And then the dude's like, Von Miller's going to the Bills. I'm like, what? He like, I'm like, no, he's not. And he's like, look. I'm like, that's fire. And then next thing you know, like, I guess Adam Schefter tweeted mine, so it just looked back to back. But so that was pretty cool to see. And you know what I mean? Like, it's like I said earlier, this is a place where guys want to come play to win because this team's so close. And we're just so excited to be here. I know I am for myself.
Was there something specific when you were entering free agency that you were looking for from a team, like finding a fit? Was it specific things personally, like beyond the team itself, that you wanted to find?
For me, it was just the opportunity, the right opportunity, which is this unfolded for me. It is the right opportunity. You have a young quarterback, and so much talent around the team. I think I bring a talent to the table. I can help out myself. So, honestly, like, this situation wasn't on my mind, because I just didn't know. And then when my agent comes to me and said, hey, this is a situation down in Buffalo that we could go to and be successful, and I was like, wow, you got a point. So it was just amazing, man. Everything fell in place, and I couldn't be thankful for a better situation.
You played with Rob Gronkowski for 2 years. He's obviously from here.
Yep.
Did he give you any tips about Buffalo or
Yep.
say anything about it?
We always talk about Buffalo, just talking about where he's from, but it was never about ball, just about the city in general, about the weather, how cold it is, talking about the wings and the garbage plates, all that good stuff. So that's most of what it was. We never really got into football about it. Like I said, this all happened so quick that I never had really the chance to talk about it with Rob.
Has that been frustrating for you with the injuries you've had to deal with? I mean,
Yep.
You've dealt with it really your whole life.
Yep.
Is that tough thing?
Yeah, it has been, because they were always the same injuries, my ankles. I kept, having the same injuries every year. So it was like, is it my cleats? Is it my what is it? Why am I having these ankle injuries every year? So, and then I had the Achilles, which is also like considered an ankle. So it was like 3 years in a row, 3 times I had the same injury. And so last year I finally got a chance to stay healthy the whole year. Kind of found a routine that I like with staying healthy with the ankle mobility and things like that. So it was just frustrating, but sometimes like you do have to learn the hard way by getting injured to see to figure out your body. So that's kind of something that I have pushed up to the side and got over with quick in my career.
Sean McDermott said that in 2017, when you were coming out, you were a player they were high on and they
Yep.
really liked. Do you remember that process and maybe
Yep.
meeting with the Bills during that time?
I can't vividly remember meeting with him, but I do remember being on a lot of different teams' board as far as like leading tight ends that year coming out. We had a very talented class that year for tight ends, so I met with a whole bunch of teams, and but now to hear that, and then that just goes back to show about how you always handle yourself and always put things on tape, good things on tape, because coaches are always watching you no matter what. 5 years later, we found ourselves in a situation where we're back together. So that's just the testament to that.
They've made a big commitment here to sports science training. You probably had a chance to tour that facility. It was
Yep.
pretty new and pretty impressive. How much did that factor into your decision to be here? And do you feel like that can be a benefit for you physically in your career?
Yeah, I did. I did research on it before I came and signed here. I looked at the YouTube videos, and I saw the facility. It amazed me because the first thing that jumped out was kind of like of a college of Alabama, or you don't usually see this from NFL organizations. And then getting a chance to see it in person today and listen to the different people mention it and things that they do to help stay healthy and things like that. It just shows me that it's a great chance that I can put some things in my regimen that I didn't know about to help me stay on the field longer and be successful.
Was the Achilles a major injury? I mean,
Yep.
you were off to a great start in 2020, and then the Achilles happened.
Yep.
Was this season, did it still take into this season
Yep.
to fully get back?
Yeah, it did. It did. At first, I didn't think it would. It took as long as it would have. but I only knew because I started watching film on myself from early in the year. It was like, wow, I wasn't really cutting like I thought I was cutting. So it did. I didn't know initially until I, like I said, watched film. So it took probably like 6 weeks into the season. You know, I got healthy after the week 6. I started to see myself turn the corner again. It was so much, not the Achilles, but the things like the calf muscle, it loses strength. It stays small. So those things had to take time to get back developed. And once I got that stuff back going, I was good to go.
Expectations are so high for a high draft pick.
Yep.
Everybody includes the high draft pick. I mean,
Yeah.
how confident do you feel like you've turned the page on those in your own mind?
Yep.
You know,
Yeah.
now that you're with a different team.
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
with
Absolutely. I think today and yesterday and obviously like going through the season, kind of seeing how things were playing out for me, like not getting much playing time, like it was starting to like get in my head, like, hey, you know, this just keep getting better, and chance is gonna come in the off season. You're gonna get a new start to flip the chapter, like you say. Like I came in with so many goals and expectations, didn't really get a chance to accomplish anything that I wanted. You know, but that's part of it. You have to fail and you know, learn from it. I'm glad it happened at a young part of my career, and like you said, we're just flipping the page and ready for a new start.
Do you feel, yeah, I was gonna say, do you kind of feel like you're almost hitting like a reset button a little bit
Yeah.
in your career here?
Absolutely. I'm 27, man, so young, man. I got a lot of ball left to play. I just got so much better, like this past season, just literally just practicing every day and getting those reps in practice and staying healthy and those type of things and knowing how to stay healthy. All those things just came into play this year for me, so I think it's going to help me.
What have you learned from Rob Gronkowski that's helped you improve?
Yeah. You know, honestly, I learned more from Rob off the field than on the field. As far as just, you know, I've watched him, you know, talk to him about injuries because he's had a lot, you know what I mean, in his career. So we kind of did a regimen where I kind of would go hang out with him and we would take care of our bodies together all week long and then do things off the field, you know, as far as like seeing different people, massage therapists, things like that. So he taught me all about that and different like hacks to kind of, you know, get warmed up. So that's definitely something I stole from just learning how to stay healthy kind of off the field.
Now, you played, you know, basically, you played against the Bills in Tampa, obviously, this year.
Yep.
And you got a first class seat to see Josh Allen.
Yeah.
What are some of the things that you saw in that particular game that made you say, hey, I could probably play with this guy?
The vivid memory that I have that I've actually told some people there around the building. I think, you know, Josh got banged up a little bit late in that game during the comeback, and I saw him roll his ankle. He started limping. I'm like, man, I think he's done. I don't think he's going to be able to scramble anymore. We probably got him. And then just seeing him go down the field, and I think he hit Dawson Knox on a touchdown that drive, I was like, that kid tough, and he's good too. So that just showed me, like, that proved me in person that he's tough, he's big, he's physical. Like, I saw all of it firsthand. So that just made me a bigger fan of him that same game.
Did that come back to just about the team in general?
Yeah.
Josh was so central
Yeah.
to all of that, but to see them kind of rally against you guys.
Yeah.
How much did that maybe phase in as you evaluated the team?
Yeah. It was big because you know, a lot of times a team in the NFL, usually with a young quarterback or, you know, just in general, it could be the players around. You get down by, they probably down by 28 points or 20 points or so. It's easy to just say, it's done. You know what I mean? But they just kept fighting, and you know, we don't have Tampa didn't have a bad defense that year, and to see that type of you know, leadership put on display, grit, toughness. And that moment was huge. You know, we pulled it off towards the end, but it was that game was for Buffalo to come in and take it. So that was just a lot to say about that team that day.
Did Josh reach out to you yet?
Yeah, we briefly, you know, exchanged messages on Twitter. You know, just a hey, excited to get going type of deal, but nothing more than that.
Is there
Yeah.
anything for you joining a new team for the first time in your career? Is that like exciting? Like, what's that? I guess
Yeah.
that feeling like? Are you experiencing like just
Right.
a different team?
Yeah, it's new. It's like, you know, put it in perspective as all this is going down. The only opportunity I ever had to choose where I wanted to go since going to Alabama out of high school. So it doesn't come often. So you have to take advantage of your opportunities, and it's like this one couldn't even be better for me. So I'm just so thankful. Like you said, I put it all in perspective of just enjoying the moment. It's always good for a fresh start sometimes.
What are the possibilities in an offense like this with, you know, Ken Dorsey, Josh Allen, for two tight
Yeah.
ends,
Mhm.
talent that you and Dawson have,
Right.
to excel and have success in an
Yeah,
offense?
it could really be special, man. Like when you look at it, the way the NFL is moving, like a lot of teams are going to two tight ends. Like, I mean, you can look all across the league, and I can give you 2 tight ends on a lot of teams that impact and make plays. So it's just something that, you know, I just see the writing on the wall because, you know, like I said, I believe in myself with the athleticism and the playmaking ability I have. I've watched Dawson, the players around us, and out here, and Josh. It just can be real special, man. Like I obviously have to do my part and learn the playbook first. I don't know anything at all, but once that part gets down and the game slows down for me, it's going to be real fun.
O.J., you've been around a really talented Super Bowl team.
Yep.
2020. How does what you're walking into stack up to that?
Yeah. When you look on paper, the team's amazing. You know, we just signed Vaughn. It's like one of the greatest pass rushers to do it, all around the team. And then, you know, now it's all about us putting the work in, you know, because on paper you can have the best team, but the work has to come first. So, and these guys are already working hard before I got here, so I know it's going to get done. But I think now it's just time for us to take the next step. And, you know, I think, you know, the leaders on this team, they know that because they've been so close for 2 years. I've had a chance to be a part of a, like you said, championship team before, so I know how it feels to win. So I'm just super excited all across the board.
That 17 draft class you were part of is pretty special, especially here. You have Tre'Davious, Matt Milano, Deion Dawkins.
Yeah.
Do you know any of those guys? Did you go through
Yeah.
the draft process with them and get to know them a little bit?
Yeah, I met Deion Dawkins before, you know, briefly during the draft process. Me and Tre'Davious White both trained together down in Arizona coming out. And those are really some of the guys I know, really only, honestly, on the team. So like you said, and those are all good players, great players, great people. So I think everybody's gonna welcome me in with open arms. I can't wait to meet everybody. I'm excited about it.
Did I read you're a big fisher?
Yeah, I fish. I do all outdoor game, hunting, fishing, all that. So Alabama guy. Yes, sir. I got you. Okay. I'm excited about that. Good deal.
Thanks, O.J.
All right, appreciate y'all. Somebody phone ringing.
Now, Knox wears sleeveless regardless if it's 0 degrees.
I just made a promise with one of my guys over here. They were just Scott Seal. I told him, I said, man, if I wear a sleeve during the game, you gotta give me. Because I told him I may do it, but I can't. It's a pride thing, like, you know, the whole lineman, they get pride on it. But it's freezing, though. I don't know.
All right. No, Brandon, who's supposed to be went to the game? Yes. He will know, and he will come tomorrow. And then,
I think everybody's fine.
yeah, and then the question is, do you want to do it in person? I know he likes it better.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's great.
What time?
I don't, I'll let you know in the morning. No,
Do you think it'll be?
I don't know. I don't know, so I'm just making this deal now, so.
Does it matter how many beers he gets?
This kid, and then we might have Shaq as well, so that's a possibility that could be a topic, so. So, we'll just plan to do it in person. He would prefer. That'd be great. I just don't want to. Text you a time, as soon as I know. In the morning, I'll let you know. Thanks, sir.